Hello, hello. My name is Marlissa. This is that word from Mars Tarot. Okay, and I'm here to take care of the October predictions for the Geminis. Y'all are number two. Geminis, I don't know what be going on with y'all. Like, okay, so y'all regular reading only had like 20 odd views, but the bonus reading had 165 views. So that's why I was like, should I give y'all another bonus reading? Because your regular reading only had 20 views, but then the next one was like that much. So I'm like, I felt a little like, what should I do, right? So anyway, if y'all like it here, if you love it here, please subscribe. If you're new here, thank you for being here. If you've already been here, thank you for continuing to come and check out these videos. um Gemini, as I was just pulling these cards, I was like, of course with Gemini, like, because air signs, y'all love to chat. Y'all love to chat. And I only wanted like 3 cards. I have a couple new decks here, which I will show y'all. But like one deck, y'all got 5 cards, and another deck, you got 4. And I'm like, leave it to Gemini, because just leave it to y'all, okay? I will say I do have some like hard, well, I don't want to say hard messages. It seemed like after a hard time, I'm like gonna be mentioning something trigger, warning. All right, so just want to let y'all know that, because let's just get into it. In a couple cards that I have here today, Gemini, there are rainbows on it. So for some of y'all who have had, if you've had a miscarriage, or you've had a hard time trying to bring life into this world, I do strongly feel like there's going to be a rainbow baby. Um, I have 3 cards here, 2 cards here that have rainbows on it, 2 cards that have babies on it, and then I have another card, even though it's in reverse, that's about like family. All right, so let's get into it. So Gemini, this month, okay, I'm seeing that you know, somebody is making a love offer here, all right? Some sort of proposal. Now, this could be if you're in a relationship, somebody literally like, proposing. This could be if you're dating somebody wanting to take things to, a new level. But there's something here about like deeper feelings, all right? Um, Keep in mind for some of y'all, this may be with a family member, all right? This doesn't have to be with like, um, a romantic like energy, but it also could be, all right, like it could be like if you guys went through something challenging, it could be like, hey, like I'm offering this, I'm proposing this, all right, with the Ace of Cups. Or Gemini, you could be wanting to offer this to someone. Now, the reason why I said it could be a family member, because we have the Ten of Pentacles here in reverse. And so the thing that I love the Ten of Pentacles upright, but reverse, like this means that there's something going on. There's something going on with your family, all right? So some of you may be having some deep family conflicts this month that are coming out. This could also be about doing things differently. So Gemini, you could be trying to, um, if you came up in a family that's like unhealthy or fucked up, whatever, because we all have our things, right? You could be trying to break traditions, all right? But this could also be the Ten of Pentacles is like is about wealth as well. So some of you could be having conflict over money, maybe with some family members, all right? Some of you could be um, feeling a loss of investment or financial failure, and that wouldn't be too surprising if, based off, if you live in the United States and you're watching this, um, things are happening with this administration where, it can impact the stock market and all of that. Okay. So you may be feeling some sort of loss of investment, but, you know, um, that's why I said with that love offer, it could be like with a family member because you've been having like deep conflict or something. All right. Um, there's a lot of fire energy here. So I strongly feel, Gemini, that you're connected to a fire sign, especially a Leo. But you could be connected to the signs that I see here are, hold on, let me look at these ones. Okay. I see Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, and Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Those are the signs that I see heavy here. Uh, so excuse me, after whatever's going on with the family conflict or like something that you like had to move on from, or maybe even somebody moving on from you, Gemini. I do see happiness being restored at some point. Okay, I see the sun here, which is about positivity, joy, confidence. But you know what, with the sun, I always tend to forget this with the sun. I remember it with the moon, but the sun reveals. So maybe there's going to be something that comes out, like, about, family or some sort of truth or something is going to be exposed, okay? And even though that could be painful, it may be for your highest good. You see the babies floating around on there too. So the sun card can also signify like, pregnancy, joy, babies, or being in touch with your inner child. So some of you may be doing some inner child healing this month as well. Um, I do see that you're going to be transitioning this month. You're going to be moving on. You may be leaving something behind. Somebody may have left you behind and you're just finally accepting it. Like you're accepting some sort of lessons this month, Gemini. Okay, but what you're also doing is moving on to calmer waters. So even though there may be family conflict, and this family conflict could have already been happening, by the way, I do feel that strongly. I don't think it just starts this month. I think it's already been happening, and I feel like this month you're choosing to move on from it. Okay. um you could be connecting with the King of Wands. All right, this is a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. You may see, if you are partnered with somebody, Gemini, you may see them like be in their highest form this month. All right. Um, so because we have the King of Wands and the King of Cups here. Could be the same person. And if it is, this is just somebody who is very charming. They're bold. They're courageous. But although they have all of that charming energy, they also um, are intuitive. They're in touch with their emotions. There's a certain softness to them. They're supportive. They're empathic. They're compassionate. Some of you also could be, Gemini, if you are disconnected, from a family member, some of you all could be missing somebody like this who's in your life, who was in your life. All right. You also have opposite energies here with the sun and the moon. I feel like I should also say that. And another thing, Gemini, is that you could be stepping into this energy this month. You could be taking control. You can be choosing to be more optimistic, all right? You can be choosing to be more compassionate towards yourself and others. These are very good energies. I love to see it. I love to see that. Some of you could have an offer coming in from a water sign or a fire sign. Now, the reason why earlier I mentioned rainbow babies, one of the reasons is because at the bottom of my deck, I have the Ten of Cups. So although there are things that hurt here, in the spread, especially with that Six of Swords, um, you will have emotional stability. You're going to have your own little family. There's going to be love and support. There's happiness here. There's like emotional stability, domestic joy. So just joy within your household, okay? And you see, you have a couple on here and you have them holding a baby. And there's a rainbow in the background. That rainbow baby is going to come. And this is coming after you've felt like the Nine of Swords, all right? So you've had some sleepless nights. You've had some nights where you've cried, maybe yourself to sleep. You've been overthinking. There's been isolation, despair, anxiety, depression. But your family life is going to come together, Gemini, in whatever context this is, okay? Now, with these cards, some of you could be connected to a Libra placement or have a Libra placement within your chart. So if you do, go ahead and check out that reading for a couple of cards, have come out that overlap. This card specifically, putting in the work, action that helps achieve goals, building the path for success. This came out in the Libra reading. So remember, you can have whatever you want. You can break family curses, be the general curse breaker, all of that. You can have that stable domestic joy within your family, but you got to put in the work, Gemini. It's not going to just happen on its own. We have realignment. Shift your perspective for a gained sense of clarity, all right? So another thing that you're going to really need to work on this month, Gemini, that I see is like reframing, turning negatives into positives, making something out of nothing, all right? Realign yourself. This is big Pisces energy to me, okay? We have overcoming obstacles. Get back on your feet, gain strength from difficult situations, all right? So Cardi, whatever she say, wait, what does she say? She be 9, but she get up 10. I don't know. She said it on her first album, but on this new album, she said it again. Like she referenced it. That basically, like she's always gonna get up. You could be connected to a Libra. She's a Libra. Um. Okay. So in this new deck that I have, which is I have two new decks here, but we have the Trust Your Vibes Oracle cards. Trust Your Vibes Oracle cards, and I only wanted 3 and 5 came out. All right. So we have Dance in the Fire. Dance in the Fire. So I feel like this is like reminding you to get back out there. This is also reminding you that like even when shit gets hot and steamy and not in a sexual way, but like hard, dance in that. All right? You can overcome obstacles. Dance in the fire. We have Change Your Story. Yo, I didn't even realize this has a rainbow on it too. Libra can't have this card. Change your story. So if things are not looking how you want, Gemini, one thing you can do is manifest and reframe. Y'all are the kings and queens of that. Change your story. We have Bring in the Joy Guides, which I do want to read this one. I feel called to read this card. But look at like the rainbow, the sun being the head on this person. There are fairies in the top corner that are like shaking like a flower thing down on her. The sun and the moon is here. And the sun and the moon, like opposite energies are really prevalent. So like you could be connected to somebody that has a fire energy. In Gemini, you may more so have like a moon energy to you. Okay. But then you see all the creatures and stuff around them. So yeah, I'm gonna read that in a moment. We have Listen to Your Heart. Listen to Your Heart. And this also has like a rainbow decoration on it right here. I'm telling y'all. It's like if some of y'all had a miscarriage, your rainbow baby is coming. And if some of y'all have experienced dark times or are in dark times, sunshine and rainbows are coming. But listen to your heart. Okay? And then we have Lighten Up. Lighten Up. So if you've been carrying a heavy energy, around you, I really want y'all to go watch that Libra reading. If you've been carrying a heavy energy, it's time to lighten up this month. It's like you've got to get back to sunshine, all right? And maybe getting back to that energy and calling that energy to you is what's going to bring you your sunshine, in whatever way that may look like, okay? Let me read this Bring in the Joy cards. This Bring in the Joy Guides card, sorry. 48. Bring in the Joy guard. Can I talk? I keep on trying to say guard. Maybe some of y'all have y'all guard up this month. Or you've been having your guard up and it's like, it's time to chill out. It's time to let in the sunshine. All right? Your situation may feel dire, but don't allow it to become too serious or you'll lose your way. This too shall pass. They have that in quotes. And it will pass much easier with the help of your joy guides. Ask them to lighten your mood and elevate your vibration so you can quickly advance to better times. Recognize joy guides on the scene. They are playful, surprising, and spontaneous to keep you from taking things too seriously or personally. They're good at getting your attention with their antics. For example, they may hide your keys, move items, confirmation. Y'all may want to go listen to that song. That is Halle Braveface. Is that what it's called? Hold on. Yeah. Halle called It's a Braveface. It came out June 20th. It came out during the summer. It came out right at the end of Gemini season. So y'all may want to go listen to that song because some of y'all may have been feeling this way, like you've just been putting on your brave face, all right? And your guides are saying like you got to bring in the joy, okay? They're good at getting your attention with their antics. For example, they may hide your keys, move items, or steal one of your socks out of the dryer. Joy guides are the friends of your inner child. So again, inner child healing is very important here too. I just heard like as you heal your inner child, your child will come, like something like that. Their primary purpose is to free you from fear and reassure your inner child that you are safe. If you suddenly feel the urge to set responsibility aside and have fun, trust that your joy guides your joy guides are getting through to you and say yes. Now, Gemini's, one thing about y'all, don't drag it though, because y'all drag y'all nuts when it comes to having fun, and then you do a little bit too much. However, you've been in a more serious bag, so it's time to get back to the joy. All right. Okay. So on top of everything else, all right, it's time to nourish yourself. All right. Feed your body, mind, and spirit. So I want you to be mindful, all right, of the music of your that you're listening to, the food that you're enjoying, of your drinking, of your smoking. Nourish yourself of the music you're listening to. Maybe some of you are not big religious people, so you may not listen to gospel, but maybe you need to listen to frequencies more. All right. Um, just be mindful of whatever you're feeding your spirit, your body, your soul. Okay. We have protection, shield, preserve, conserve. So there are some ways where you're going to you're being called to protect yourself. All right. And I think that's going to be by walking away from, things that don't serve you, breaking, family traditions. Okay. Um, choosing joy. All right. Protect yourself, conserve yourself. We have pure joy, exhilaration, laughter, exuberance. So yeah, like again, so many cards here are calling you back to joy. Look how beautiful that card is. Pure joy. Some of you need to kick it with gang and laugh, all right? And then we have radical acceptance, embrace non-judgment, release control. I am going to read this one for you. Radical acceptance, embrace non-judgment, release control. So some of you may be needing to like accept yourself more and like even your shadow side, okay? Wrong book. Oh, I opened up right to it, okay? Radical acceptance, a complete acknowledgement of reality as it is at this precise moment. Embrace non-judgment, release control. The idea of radical acceptance may sound simple, but it can be quite difficult to accomplish. To be in radical acceptance is to simply accept exactly what is at the moment, whatever that may be. Radical acceptance is when you stop fighting reality, stop responding with impulsive or even destructive behaviors when things aren't going the way you want them to. So, Gemini, like I said just not too long ago, y'all cut the fuck up sometimes. So it's like, all right. And y'all can be brats. Let's be for real. So, like, y'all like things to go your way. And so when things aren't going, excuse me, my throat start closing up. Y'all do not want to hear that. Y'all did not want to hear that, Gemini. So when things tend to not go your way, sometimes you can destruct and make things worse. And it's like, what the fuck sense does that make, Gemini? Be so fucking for real with yourself, okay? Like, you don't need to engage in this destructive behaviors just because shit is not going your way or because something went left, all right? Radical acceptance is not approval. It does not mean that it was okay that someone treated you badly. It does not mean that you give up trying to change things that need to be changed, such as an abusive relationship or a dangerous work situation. It is simply acknowledging what is present right now, the situation, whatever it is, and the accompanying feelings. It has been said that what you resist persists. When we fight against something, we align ourselves to it, giving it more power, giving us more to fight for. Radical acceptance, as the name suggests, means accepting everything about yourself, your current situation, your body, and your life. From this new perspective, it is easier to get a bird's eye view without attachment to the outcome. So you have to also release yourself from attachments to outcomes. So it's like if you want things to look a certain way and it doesn't. I know that's hard. I struggle with that too. Where we at? You then align yourself to the outcome that you want rather than pushing against what you don't want. A simple example is instead of being anti-war, you become pro-peace. This card is inviting you to ask yourself, what do I need to accept right now to reframe and transform? From a place of acceptance, you can create a visionary statement. Where do I go from here? What is in my highest good? Affirmation. My ability to co-create the next moment requires acceptance of the present. So when you accept where you're at, Gemini, that's going to allow you to progress in the next moment, all right? This collective, because again, this came out kind of in a Libra reading too, is like, I just saw 1919. That may be an angel number for y'all. This collective is really being called to operate from its higher self. Excuse me, okay? And then the mindfulness message, and we're going to end here, Gemini, is infinite creativity. At any moment, I'm able to tap into an infinite source of energy and creativity within me. Unique ideas flow through each one. unique ideas flow through, each one capable of blossoming into beautiful creations. All right. So some of y'all may really be into your entrepreneur bag like this month. Maybe something that like you may create more this month, or you may be being called to do that. Okay, Gemini. But that was a lot. All right. So I will see y'all next time. I think I am gonna do a bonus reading for y'all, even though like your regular views weren't high last week, but then that bonus reading it was. So y'all might get a little something extra out of me this week. Or if not this week, I may end up doing it next week. We'll see. All right. Love y'all. See you next time. Bye.